go mode, go. Yeah, I'm in go mode, go mode.
What's up, guys? Welcome to a new episode of the OSA Out of Shape Allstars, episode 10. 10.
10 of them.
Yes.
We got the whole team here today, and we got a jam-packed show for you guys. So if you are watching this, thank you for watching it. First off, make sure you tell your friends, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this. We're trying to grow something, man. So if you're part of the process, fuck with us and tell your people to fuck with us. All right, so I'm going to start it off by introducing the squad. We got the host here, Eddie Horchata.
That's me.
Now, homie last week had the mud butt, wasn't feeling too good. So this week he back. Just DQ in the building.
It's morphin' time.
Hey. Ass nigga.
Yeah.
Jonny, with his petite shirt on. Give it up for Johnny 5.
All right. What's up?
All right, then we got always rapping. We got the kid, KJ, in the building.
I need to know what trains to get to Yankee Stadium. You already know, all right?
Word. And starring in the movie The Ringer, give it up for my homie, Andrew Durant.
Hey, everybody.
I own radio.
Oh, man.
Yo, my dumbass friends.
Nigga from True Stories.
This ain't the first time. This ain't the first time he'd heard this. All right, so
Lord.
Last but not least, y'all know me. I am the Don of all Dons. My mom called me Devin, so you can call me Devin. I am the mediator and ref of this shit show we call OSA. So, fellas, are y'all ready to get into it?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna kick it off with In Case You Missed It. Now, if you live in the world, you know it's some touchy shit going on. It's a lot going on in America. 2020 ain't been the best year for us. And so just more and more fuckery coming about. Now, recently NASCAR banned the Confederate flag from their events. And one of the main reasons is because of driver Bubba Wallace, who is an African-American man, was protesting the Confederate flag. Now, as of today,
This morning, yeah.
Yeah, it came out that Mr. Wallace found a noose in his garage at Talladega. Now, for those who been under a rock or too dumb or too blind, okay, so yesterday, too blind or too dumb to know what a noose is, black folks was lynched with a noose for a long time, early 1900s. So what that says is whoever did it was telling Bubba Wallace, to me, that he should be hung because of his protest of against the Confederate flag and him being an African-American man. Shit is crazy. Now, Eddie, this shit is crazy. So,
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Tell us more about what the fuck is going on with this situation.
Well, so again, I mean, obviously you took the brunt of it. You know, we talked about the cancellation of the Confederate flag in NASCAR last week. We talked about race quitting and all that other nonsense. You know, there's a lot of stories coming out. Obviously, we don't know the full details, but obviously it's disgusting, and we shouldn't even have to talk about stuff like this. You know, obviously it's sending a message, you know, as in like, hey, listen, you keep running your mouth, like, you know, you're going to get lynched. But there is a nonsense story out now. We talked about this a little bit before, Kev. I think you missed out on this, but a lot of people are comparing him to Jussie Smollett, saying that it's impossible for anyone to get into his into wherever the hell he leaves his car. You know, into it, like he needs a specific code. His garage. Thank you. You need specific codes. You know, only members of your team can do it. That it's literally just a publicity stunt. Obviously, we don't know the details, but the fact that you even consider this is disgusting. You know, he's not only is he the only African American in NASCAR, but he's been a real advocate for Black Lives Matter, representing it on his car, representing it on his shirts, but also is a true blue American as well too, and loves his country as well. Just wants it to be better. But although you know, I condemn the other drivers in NASCAR. They helped actually push Bubba Wallace's car all the way to the front right before the start of the race. So, that was really nice of them to do it. They helped push his car up, showing him that they were supporting him, and Bubba was super emotional after it and cried. So it's good that at least like NASCAR's behind him. I don't know whoever did this. Whoever did this is a disgusting person and doesn't deserve anything positive in their lives.
That shit is crazy. Now, you mentioned that nobody besides somebody that's either a part of his team or himself can get inside.
That's what they're saying, but I mean, I don't know.
That's alleged.
Now, because
it's alleged. Yeah, exactly.
They said other people, not like the public because the public is barred, but like people of that event have
right. That's what I'm saying. Right.
Access to it.
Yeah, it could be a media person, right? I mean, that's not without the realm of possibility.
It could be someone as simple as a fucking janitor. Yeah, in the South, it's in Alabama. They in the South. It could be somebody as small as a janitor who will have access to every part of the facility. So to say that it's only the conspiracy of saying it can only be somebody, either him or somebody in his team, is still kind of crazy. Ken, what do you think about this whole situation?
Overall, we don't want to believe that it's a Jesse Smollett situation, but at the end of the day, I think it happened, and like you said, Dev, it's an inside job. I'm sure that their cars are under lock and key, but I'm sure that there's an area that they go into before they get right to the car or whatever. And I don't think they specified exactly where they found it, but bro, it was there. They found it. Just the state of the world right now, people's getting called N-words left and right, and it's being videotaped and filmed everywhere. There's Karens out here, so there's definitely some whatever we want to call them, Bobs or whoever that might have went in there and planted news. It's very likely. I know what the state of the world is right now.
Yeah. Right.
Some people
now,
think
Johnny,
they're in the Jim Crow South again and shit.
Word. Now, Johnny, you are a local conspiracy theorist. Is it too soon to say this is a racist act? What do you think in regards to the situation?
I said, before we react, let it play out. But I'm pretty sure I think it actually happened because I feel like it's just blowback. They canceled the Confederate flag that's been up and flying with the wind for years. It's been part of NASCAR.
That and cigarettes are NASCAR pretty much.
And he's the only black driver, and he's speaking up. And once he spoke up, they removed it. So I'm pretty sure there's plenty of people that are mad about the situation. Other NASCAR drivers, other people, other staff members that are part of NASCAR.
Right.
I want to
again, at this point, where does he stand to gain? Because he did get them to remove the flag. Ray the racist quit. So it's
he had that victory.
Right,
so
right.
Why would he fake it? But I'm pretty sure someone really did it. Someone who's angry about the flag, the flag of the South that try to, treason, but they love that flag so much. But yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody was really angry about the events that and he was the one that caused it. He's the only black driver, so and they did that, and now it's just more scandalous stuff. But I'm happy that Bubba Wallace helped remove the Confederate flag from NASCAR, and then now you just got to take some steps to move on from this.
Well, again, this shit is still new. We still trying to figure out everything, get the particulars together. The FBI and other official organizations are going to further investigate the situation. But it's crazy, man. The time we live in is 2020, and we still dealing with fucking racism, just like this old.
That's for you, 45.
Yeah, just this old thought process and shit. Drew, any thoughts?
Man, I just say this is like a terrible situation that happened. We all know, but just like, and all this just like this investigation go on. See what turns up from this is just like I said, it's terrible. We all know what racism is in this country. So, I mean, it's just a sad situation. People just are stuck in their ways, and at some point it will definitely get better, but at this point, now there's still people out there doing these heinous stuff. So there you go.
DQ, thoughts?
Bullshit, pretty much. Like he already made a difference, but yet they want to target him. Like, really? Like, I think I wouldn't put past anyone that they actually did that, because someone had to do that. Even though they say, oh, his team only has access to the garage, this ways into any kind of thing that's locked up.
You got to look at it also. Somebody definitely did it because the narrative is with Bubba Wallace and like progression for NASCAR.
Yeah. And it's
not everybody's for it.
Like, it's not Fort Knox. It's not a super highly secured area. It's
a
fucking garage.
Yeah.
So, sad, man. Sad. As more of the story unveil, we'll keep y'all guys posted about the latest. But fuck racism and fuck the racists. That's how we feel at the OSA.
Fuck 45.
Fuck 45. Black Lives Matter. Fuck all that all lives matter shit. Duh, motherfucker. And so we're gonna get into the next thing, man. We get into my boy Dak Prescott.
Dakota.
Oh, who the fuck is that?
That's his real name, Dakota.
Man, we know him by Dak.
I know him as Dakota.
That's his birth name. Call him Dakota.
That's his name.
Dakota Prescott. So the latest, as we all know, Dak has been fighting with the Cowboys, trying to get a new deal.
Bad guys.
So, it's all good, John. And Dak.
Sorry, John. Sorry, Kev.
So
he's back.
Dak?
Yeah.
Dak is back and ready to go. He just signed this franchise tag worth $31.4 million, right? 31.
But yeah, it's a franchise tender. He signed a franchise tag.
So yeah, he's getting $31 million for the year.
31 million. Betting on himself this year.
31.4
again.
31.4. So for you Giants fans, how y'all feel about Dak being ready for next season? Kev, throwing it to you.
I mean, it ain't nothing, bro. We already knew he was gonna be back. We already knew Jerry wasn't gonna let him walk out the door. So him taking the 31.5, like he was gonna take that regardless, bro. And that number, like the numbers are saying, it's gonna keep going up if they gotta keep franchise tagging him. And the only thing that I really do respect about Dakota is this is the second year in a row that he's all in on himself, bro. Like, chips is on the table. That's commendable. That's something in the league that, is rare. Like, people are looking for security.
Jamal Adams.
Yeah, people are looking for security long term, and in the meantime, in between time, he's like,
football, a dangerous sport. They want the guaranteed money. So
I'm trying to just bet on myself. I got here, so I mean, any professional athlete would say, they can respect that. You know what I mean? They put in the work.
Now, John, coming into this new season, you being a Giants fan, and you're gonna have to see this boy a few times. Do you think Dak got something to prove? Signing this franchise tag, and what does that mean?
Of course,
going into the next season.
Because that's another thing with athletes. Once athletes get paid, some, not saying all, but some athletes get paid and then they just disappear, while some athletes go and showcase why they are worth every dollar. So obviously the narrative behind Dak will be is like, is he really worth that 31 million? Because it's only for a year. They have till the 15th of July to make that long term deal. But
they ain't gonna do it.
Either way, if they don't get the long term deal done, they still have him locked for this season. So basically, that'll be his whole thing. When they lose, they're gonna probably mention that. When they win, they're probably mentioning like, oh, he's worth everything that he's gotten so far. But especially when they lose, say they don't make the playoffs, that's gonna be a lot of the talk. Is his contract.
Even if they do make the playoffs, Cowboys is cursed, bro.
You know what I'm saying? He has stuff to prove, but he definitely has added pressure. Then, also being a part of America's team, so he just has added pressure. So
now with that added pressure,
as an athlete, I'm rooting for him, but he plays for the Cowboys, so I care less. So
I'm rooting for everybody that's black. But in regards to that added pressure, I'm gonna throw it to you, DQ. With Dak getting this franchise tag, with the added pressure, having something to prove, do you think you said Dak is the greatest Dallas Cowboy QB? Do you think he will
ever?
Do you think under these circumstances will Dak become the greatest QB of the season next year.
Absolutely not.
You asking him if he's going to be MVP?
Yeah, MVP type.
MVP, no. But Lamar Jackson did it again, possibly. But
I don't know. That Manicur's gonna hit.
I can. Your home skipped it, but he's going to show his ass off pretty much this year.
Yeah.
Like he has no choice. So
But
he doesn't do that.
Last year, he balled out.
Yeah,
Got his bread. Just nothing to worry about the new thing. Then he's gonna re-up next year. So
yeah. All right, but look, I'm about to switch it real quick, Eddie and Drew, because y'all boy is I'm gonna put him up on the clock. He's up next. So we just discussed Dak. Let's see what he do this season. Dak, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for everybody that's black. But we were supposed to get into something else. But since we're here in the NFL, we're gonna discuss the homie Eddie, your boy. The next Sean Taylor in your eyes.
Yeah,
or close
100%.
to.
Yeah, I would say so.
Jamal Adams. Now, he was looking for more money. It wasn't working.
I mean, what are we talking about here, though? He
was looking for more money. He wants out of NY now. He wants to trade. He gave his teams that he wanted to be traded to.
Right.
Do you think it's time to trade him? Do you think it's a bad trade? Do you think he should stay with the Jets? What do you think? Well, how are you feeling about the situation first? Are you okay?
I'm fine. Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Jamal has...
I got you with a hug after this whole...
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, when this is all over. Yeah. But I'm really trying to figure out what's going on through Jamal's head right now. What do you have? What are you leveraging against us? You are technically under contract for 3 years. We have you for 2 more years, and we can franchise tag you like the Cowboys did to Dak.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, and because we picked up his 5th-year option, so he's got nowhere to go. Listen, if there was a time to trade him, the time to trade him, I spoke about this last week or 2 weeks ago whenever we brought it up, was during the draft, right? So it's like if he desperately wants to go play with the Cowboys, fine. Sure. But I would have made that trade in the draft, and I would have taken the Cowboys first round pick 17, which ended up being CeeDee Lamb, and possibly a player and maybe a 2nd round pick as well to go with it. You can't trade him now. I mean, sure, Joe Douglas, I'm going to believe in him. I'm going to trust in the process. But if you call the New York Jets and Joe Douglas, you're one of these teams that are like, oh my God, like, oh, Jamal wants to play on my team. Like, he could be that missing piece. And yeah, like every team that he picked, those are teams that are obviously going to be able to compete for a championship.
Definitely contending.
Yeah, they're playoff contenders, absolutely. But is Jamal going to be worth the risk, right? So it's like you're going to call Joe Douglas. Listen, though, but you're going to call Joe Douglas. Let's say you are the Dallas Cowboys, and they call it. Jerry Jones calls up Joe Douglas. Hey, Joe, I really want Jamal. Jamal wants to be here. It's like, yeah, great. Give me Michael Gallup and give me DeMarcus Lawrence, and he's gonna go, no, and that's it. That's the end of the trade. You can't go anywhere. You have no leverage. You're not going to be able to play. Now, the next thing Jamal could do is he could do this Darrell Reeves thing where he'll hold out for whatever. Maybe at the 19th hour we sign him. But right at the end, like remember that whole Hard Knocks thing with Revis, and he finally shows up on the last day of training camp. Yeah, could that happen with Jamal? Maybe. I think it's the ball's in the Jets' court at this point. It's really up to Joe Douglas. My biggest thing is I'm not afraid of Joe Douglas. I'm not afraid of Jamal Adams. I'm not afraid of Sam Darnold's potential. My biggest thing is, do I trust fucking Adam Gase? And I don't. Clearly, the coach doesn't want him. Clearly, he underutilizes every one of his players. The guy's clearly not a good coach, and nobody wants to play for him. Do you think we get rid of Adam Gase? Sure. But no. I think, Jamal can't go anywhere. So,
I mean,
I don't care where he wants to go. He's not going anywhere.
Sounds like a Jets fan that doesn't want to let go.
Hey, look! I don't want him to go. I think he's one of our best homegrown players. I don't want to do what David Gettleman did and let one of my best safeties walk out the door for nothing. Yeah. I'm not gonna. And then I also don't want to sign my best player and then say I'm not going to trade him and then trade him for pennies. That's not what our general manager is going to do here.
There we go.
And if the New York Jets trade him now, we'll still ultimately have to pay him because he's looking for a sign and trade. So we still have to owe him for at least 2 years. So we'd be taking the brunt of that payment. So again, Jamal, you have zero leverage. Just cut it out. Stop being vocal about it. You're going to get paid.
There's no leverage on Jamal Adams. They got him locked in for this year. They got him on the 5th year, and then they can franchise tag him. Now, but the only thing is, Raiders did something similar with Khalil Mack. So Drew, what's your thoughts on this Jamal Adams and want to get out of New York?
I mean, I totally agree with my fellow Jets Nation brother Eddie, but the only fact is he going to sit out? That's the only thing. That's the
Let
only
him.
thing can make us waver if he sits out or not. Like if he does a, let's say if he does a Le'Veon Bell, sits out for the whole season.
He's gonna have to sit up for the second season too.
Yeah,
No, I'm pretty sure if he sits out a whole
I
season,
got
they're
the-
gonna trade him.
it-
They're gonna trade him.
I don't think so.
Sits out for a season, he's gonna get traded.
He's the one not getting paid, not us.
All right, Drew,
Yeah.
what's your thoughts?
No, that's definitely a good answer. Like I just say like we can hold out way longer than he can hold out. So that's just it. Wherever we could, just like Eddie said, we control his rights for this year and next year. We can do everything that we want. If the only thing is like I say like you gotta give us a very big ticket. Like he costs so much. If we go to trade him, he will cost so much that teams would just say pass.
But when he be
when he be for too much.
when he be
Hell
worth
no,
it,
bro.
because again, when he be
You'll be
worth
asking for
it, having a cancer like that in the locker room, wouldn't it be okay?
So Jamal, on the field, Jamal is a vocal leader, 100%. I mean, everyone mimics his. He brings up the energy level to the defense. Clearly, you see it. I mean, the Jets with all their injuries and how bad they were still a top 5 defense. You know, candidate to Greg Williams, candidate to Jamal Adams, candidate to whoever you want.
But I
But
believe also that
he's
Jamal
not a
isn't
like
that
locker
type
room
of
guy.
player.
It's similar to Odell. It's the same thing where everyone loves his energy. Everyone wants to be around him, but at the same time, he's a problem. You know when it comes to the contract negotiations. You know, he's not Odell like fighting goalposts and stuff and like peeing on end zone celebrations and stuff like that. But he's the emotional leader when it comes to game time. But as far as like outside the locker room, I think he's he's probably just a me guy. He stays to himself, hangs out with his guys, and that's it. Nobody else. I wouldn't say he's a leader.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say is it also his playing style. He's not that type of player that will cause a problem in the locker room. I believe that knowing that from the times he's been with Jets, I don't believe even when he was going through the problems with upper management, it never like trickled down to like his leadership on the team, on the whole squad. So
yeah.
I believe he's going to be that compliment professional. He will bring it, but during he will bigger with like the upper management. Upper management will probably have to deal with that, but he won't be a cancer to the locker room. I don't believe that.
All right, well, we gonna see. Jamal Adams, get your bread. I ain't mad at it. I ain't
Get
mad
your
at niggas
bag,
for getting
bro.
their bag.
I'm
But
gonna get paid.
I shout out to all the football players that's trying to get paid because that's
Yeah, I want him to get paid.
Yo,
I
Jamal.
want all football players to get paid. Go get your money.
Yo, Jamal, I seen the video, bro. You shouting out that you want to play for the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
Bro.
He said, "I'm trying." He didn't say that. The guy was like, "Yo, come play for the Cowboys, bro." He's obviously from Texas, and he said, "I'm trying."
Yo, all
Bro,
I'm
that's
saying, Jamal,
that's
is-
similar to like any athlete, celebrity see you. Yo, can I be in your next movie? You're like, "Yeah, dude. Yeah, you got it." Yeah.
Yo, all I'm saying, Jamal.
It's different with that. I think he actually wants to be a cowboy.
He can do it all he wants. He can want it all he wants.
I
He
think
ain't going nowhere.
He wanted to be a Cowboy too.
All I'm saying, Jamal,
too.
is
What?
get your bag. Get your
Earl
bag,
Thomas
Jamal.
wanted to be a Cowboy too. What happened?
He went to another team. Didn't they trade him to the Ravens?
Yeah.
He in a better situation.
all right, so
No, Jamal, keep running your mouth. Watch us send your ass to
Go.
fucking Jacksonville, bro.
we're gonna move from this, but I'm gonna ask Johnny one last question. Now, Jamal did say the teams that he would like to get traded to was the 49ers, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, Eagles, Ravens, Seahawks, and Texans. If Jamal was to go to any of these teams, which one would be a clear Super Bowl contender out of his list?
The Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah, obviously.
That was easy. That was easy.
Hey,
Scratching
but-
He's not gonna go there though.
Barn
Scratch the Chiefs.
Ain't going nowhere.
the Chiefs. Yeah, Barn the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Barn the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Nah, he's not gonna go to the Chiefs. Bro.
There's two other teams. The 49ers
San
just
Fran.
make the 49ers more elite
49ers, yeah.
defensively. They'll make them more elite defensively, and then the Ravens, obviously. So those would be the other.
Yeah.
If you're not picking the Chiefs, those would be the other choices. It'll be the Niners or the Ravens. That's
All
like it.
Hey, Jamal, get your bag, bro. We moving on, though. So we going to get into the bubble rule. We talking NBA now. It seems that we're going to get some basketball. There's a lot of people on the fence. You still got a lot of people that's protesting due to the COVID. the situation. We supposed to have a second wave of this shit coming, and it's supposed to be in Florida, and they just opened, and they getting fucked up right now with this COVID
It's
situation.
definitely a concern in Florida right now for the coronavirus.
And then with all the social issues we got going on, a lot of players are willing to sit out because of that. You got WNBA players.
Trevor Ariza already sat out already. Trevor Ariza say he's not going.
It's a lot of people that's on the fence about this shit, but the NBA did bring out their rules for the bubble if this does happen and if shit goes copacetically. This is what the players will have to deal with.
113 pages.
So, it's 113 pages. A lot of crazy shit. It's too many to call out. But a few of the ones they must wear face masks all the time. They got distant monitors, so if you within 6 inches or 6 feet of somebody, the monitor will go off. So it's like if LeBron gets too close to somebody, another player, the shit go off. It's like, yo, you in
on
my
the court
space.
too?
We're gonna see a lot of points.
Socially. Also, there's a snitch line.
Thank you. I hope you were gonna take that. Thank you. I love that. Love that.
That's the funniest one.
Which no one's gonna use, by the way. No one's gonna use.
Somebody, LeBron's gonna be on that shit. Like, yeah.
What's the number? 1-800-NBA 6969.
Yeah, Giannis Antetokounmpo was outside with his family. He tried to get on a ride.
If you are seen doing something that can be damaging to anybody's health, they can call the snitch line and ultimately get you removed.
1-888-NBA 6969.
So it's a lot of crazy shit. Johnny, is there any other crazy rules that you saw coming from
that was the funniest one, the hotline. Once I seen that, I was like, yo, that's the funniest shit, because I can see people just calling that shit like, yo, I've seen such and such.
Nigga Kyrie gonna be sitting in the room calling every minute, bro.
You'll have
He's not allowed to go.
A computer set up.
But yeah, that was the funniest rule I seen.
Yeah.
Also, if you had like a thing, like a ring tracker, like they had to wear it to track.
That's cool.
So it's the oral health ring, Aura health ring, whereas it basically tracks your health, not the oral health ring, but the Aura. Not the oral, the Aura health ring. Basically, it's a way for them to track your health while you're in the bubble. So they can monitor if you're filling up to par.
They can stop your heart and shit. They want to.
Hopefully not, but they can basically see. So if you on some like, nah, I'm good type shit, they can see like, nah, this nigga, his temperature done went up a lot. We can't let him play. And if you consider high risk, they won't let you go to the bubble either. Now you'll get paid, but if they consider you to be a high risk player or you have high risk family members around you, there's a possibility that you won't be invited to the bubble. So DQ, what are your thoughts on the NBA and this rule shit? Okay, so he jumped off. All right. So Kev, what is your thoughts on the NBA and this 113-page rule book?
Yo, all I know is, bro, they doing a little bit too much for what they're gonna be able to have access to.
Nah, but they're trying to play it safe though. They're trying to play it safe.
They're trying to play it safe.
They're playing it safe, but at the same time, like seeing what they're gonna have access to, like barbers aside, what was the other crazy joint that I seen? They're gonna be able to have DJs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, like I hate things that are contradiction in themselves at the same time. Like, yeah, sure, they feel like they're doing enough, but at the same time, they're giving these guys way too many amenities, which means more people for them to be potentially interacting with.
Yeah, and that was my whole issue with this shit. They giving them too many like shit to do off the court.
Right.
If they trying to
well, look, they can play ping pong, but they can't play doubles ping pong. So if you ask me, they're not giving them enough. You should be able to play doubles ping pong.
Okay. Shut the fuck up. Yo, all I'm saying is the only people that's really gonna thrive is the dudes in the NBA that don't got a wife, don't got a girlfriend. They ain't gonna have no problem being there alone, dolo, chilling, staying in their room,
if they ain't
hanging out with the guys.
Lit.
They good, like they ain't gonna have all that extra going on, bro.
Now, but I just think
I
it's
think
just
about
the
the
fact
opposite.
If
they
I'm
bring
single,
them there
I'm
and
finding a
they're
thotty out. Fuck
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
I say, I was like, do you think that
I
they'll
think
have a
it's
side
more of a,
piece
Yo,
dorm
yo,
room in
yo.
the bubble?
Everybody talking too much. Johnny,
no,
you had the
no,
floor.
I was
Go.
saying I think it's just the fact it probably is a little pushback for the fact that they're taking away certain choices, like like certain freedoms that these players are used to having. Not all, like some are okay with it, while others aren't. But maybe it's just for the fact that they losing the choice. Like they have to, they want to play. They have to go by these rules and stuff. And some players are just not okay with all the set of rules. They just want to play. Get there, play, and then finish and then leave. But
DQ, your thoughts on these rules?
There's a lot of rules, but if the cases keep rising, I doubt that we're gonna fucking play in the first place. It's kind of getting to that point, but I hope they play. Just that those rules is kind of a lot to deal with, especially with the little monitor thing. That's kind of kind of an invasion of privacy a little bit. Even though you want people to be safe, but if anything, just have them in those suites in Galaxy's Edge because all separated in their own separate rooms with no windows.
Right.
Be Gucci, but it's too much you gotta do.
Well, when you first get to the bubble, there'll be 2 days where you're isolated, where they'll do health checks and make sure that you're good. Once you pass the health check, then you'll be let into the community and shit like that.
Bubble community.
But they're trying to make it healthy. But again, it's a lot of people that they got to deal with. Not only do they have to deal with the players and the people associated with the games, but then they also have to deal with the people at the resort, the chefs, the DJs, the cooks, all these people that is going to play a part in the NBA and the health of the players. And then a lot of these players not even coming back. You got a lot of international players who hasn't come back yet.
That's a fact, bro.
So it's a lot of moving parts.
They're gonna have enough staff there to pack a stadium anyway, bro.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a lot of risk. It's a lot of shit going on. People were even talking about maybe they should move it because of the spiking numbers in Florida.
In Florida,
But it's
Too late
too
to
much
do
money.
that.
It's too much money invested. Now players do have until Wednesday to opt out of playing in the bubble, but they will lose money. So for the 8 regular season games, they will lose all money that they would have earned from that, and then they will lose any potential money from the playoff games, but only up to 14 games. So anything beyond 14 games not played, they won't get paid for those 14, but everything else they'll get paid for. So it's a lot of players that still on limbo about if they're actually going to play. Are they going to take a chance? It's a risk. Disney, NBA are trying to make it safe, but it's a lot of moving parts to the shit that's sound crazy. So, but we'll see. NBA, let's get into it. Let's see what happens. All right, that's in case you missed it. We're gonna get into our next segment. DQ, you good, nigga?
He's outside. We're on mute. He has I don't think he knows that we're with him.
Yo, unmute him. I'm trying to laugh.
Unmute him.
Unmute DQ.
Can you do it?
Can you do that?
He look like he in a horror film, bro.
Yo, you good, bro?
Yeah, my friend is here at the hope trying to find a parking spot. There's one for my building.
All right.
Let's
Okay.
mute him. Let's mute him back.
All right.
All right, so I'm gonna put you on the bench for a minute. All right. Handle that.
I'm in it.
The space is
I know.
tough too. This is perfect.
Just mute him, bro.
Nah. So all right. So while
He look
DQ on
lost
the
in a
bench,
scary movie and shit.
look, I ain't mad at DQ trying to get some. So on this show, we help the homies. We help
He
the
ain't,
homies.
he ain't worried about no coronavirus.
He ain't worried about the corona. He trying to bust something. All right. So we're gonna get into bag of the trash. We got a few topics on the segment, I guess.
Quite a few words.
On
Yeah.
the agenda. I don't know.
On the agenda, something. All right, so bag of the trash. Eddie, going to you first.
Mm-hmm.
With everything that's going on with the NBA and the bubble play and all this bubble rules, and Kyrie being against playing, Kyrie Irving, Uncle Drew being against playing, and talking about possibly leaving the NBA. Bag of the trash. Do you think Kyrie is actually going to leave the NBA?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna bag it. I mean, he's gonna start his own NBA. He's gonna start his own basketball league. someone snitched him out and he left the group chat. So I don't know where he's going to get the players from. But yeah, no. But all kidding aside, no, it's Kyrie, man. Like this is what he does. He likes the second the spotlight's off him, he wants the spotlight back on him. So he does like these like little things here and there. Even though his last point did make a lot of sense. But no, of course he's not. No, he's not. He's fine. He'll play.
Johnny, bag of the trash of Kyrie leaving the NBA.
Well, I'm gonna trash it. Kyrie has some mixed feelings about stuff going on, but I feel like Kyrie. I understood Kyrie's stance on it. Not saying his stance was wrong, but I understood Kyrie's stance. But it's messed up that they leaked his shit that he put in the group chat. Like,
right, that's
they did him dirty.
Yeah, how you gonna do that? How you gonna do that? But
that's some whole ass shit.
I think I trash. Kyrie's gonna play in the game, but he's just going through probably some emotions in his head right now. Yeah. But when his shit's right, he'll be back in the NBA. He just probably doesn't agree with playing now, but when the new season starts, he'll be ready to go.
All right, Drew, bag of the trash of Kyrie.
Kyrie leaving the NBA, he was not leaving the NBA. So I'm trashing that. The only thing I say, like, his heart is in the right place. He just doesn't know how to figure out, like, to do what he wants to do. Like, all the thing about, like, the standing your rights up, like, Black Lives Matter, everything just like his heart's in the right place. He just doesn't know how to, like, express it in the right way sometimes. Sometimes it comes just out, like, scrambled. Like, but again, though, he's doing real nice. He's doing real good stuff. Like, if you really take it at his base core, like the Black Lives Matter, he's up for everybody, like trying to fight for everybody. He's wonderful. He just doesn't know how to express it.
Yeah, I think he's the preaching is right, but what he's asking for people to do is kind of crazy. Kev, bag of the trash of Kyrie leaving the NBA.
Trash it. He's obviously not gonna leave the NBA, but kind of just to elaborate a little bit on what I think Drew was trying to say. Like, I feel like he doesn't have like the right people around him telling him, like, bro, don't say that. Like, you thinking that, don't say that. Just chill, bro. Or take some time to think through a little bit more, like what it is you're trying to say. Because you out here sounding crazy, bro. Like, you gotta chill. And at the end of the day, if you wanted to dub the league to try and start a new league, it's not gonna happen. As much as, like,
it's not impossible.
You may think in your head.
No, it's not impossible.
It's not impossible.
But
Johnny's one of my favorite people, but he's always like the voice of reason. Of course, it's not impossible, but it's not gonna happen, bro. Just chill, do your part, be an activist, play, get your money, do your profession, and just chill, bro. I'm not telling you to shut up and dribble. I'm just saying you could do both, bro.
Yeah, there's room to be an activist and play.
Like, but I was gonna say, but it's because not to discredit or devalue Kyrie, but if someone of a higher tier, say LeBron, was to say what Kyrie said, it would have a different impact. It would be viewed differently,
Right.
So, like, if LeBron was to say what Kyrie said, people would probably be looking at the situation way different.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what Patrick Beverly said. Like, if LeBron say we playing, because he the face of the league. So whatever LeBron standing for is what's gonna happen. Now, again, I'm not against not playing. I believe in the protest, but I think, like I said in the previous part, that the best place to do it will be on the NBA court. So, like, while the whole world is watching, that's the best way to.
You're not watching nothing else. People are going to be glued in, locked in when they see LeBron.
So
that's what really want. Both strategies work. It's not like both strategies, because if NBA was like, no, we're not playing until shit. People gonna see that. People gonna feel that too. See that, like, oh damn.
Yeah. Like, but I'm talking about in the sense of demonstration, especially when it comes to people that don't want to see it. The demonstration part of it, having it on the NBA court can be more impactful. I get what you're saying, Johnny. Whereas
I don't agree with what you're saying, John.
We haven't had sports, so it's not like we missing.
No,
it's
but
not
Exactly,
because we
bro.
haven't had
People
it.
people
So
will be upset for like a week,
that's
2 weeks
no, but
that
that's
the
just
NBA didn't play.
but you understand that's two different things. We don't have sports because of a pandemic and things.
right.
Now the players saying, "Oh, none of us is gonna play till shit changes," is a whole different thing from not playing because of a pandemic. You know,
Right.
a whole different thing. Like if they
I
all
feel
say,
that, but people's gonna get over that faster than they are rather than them being forced to see the shit every day,
Right.
like with them on the court.
no,
So
no,
I
I'm
hear
saying,
you, but
nah,
I don't
Yeah,
agree with that.
it's
that's
not
what
gonna
I said.
die down just because
No,
basketball's
I'm
back.
saying, I
Sports.
understand both points, but at the end of the day, some of the basketball stars are probably the bigger athlete stars in the world. You know, when it comes to this, they much like if you rank baseball, football, basketball, LeBron's like above all of them. Like for example,
American sports.
it's
Yeah.
in American sports, because obviously Cristiano Ronaldo is probably the biggest sports athlete in the world, but. When it comes to American sports, NBA stars tend to be the more popular, more favorable ones. So,
Right.
All right. Before we move on, let me see what DQ is doing. Hold on.
I was gonna say, you want me to text him? Oh,
So let's just
sneak
see.
up.
we gonna see something. Oh man.
Hey,
So this next clip
DQ.
contains adult content. Viewer
Right.
discretion is advised. We're not sure what we're gonna see on DQ's screen.
Word. DQ, you there?
Yeah, I'm going back to my
What?
laptop real quick. Give me a second.
All right,
okay.
So we're gonna move on from this topic. Unless you want to talk about it now. Bag of the trash. Do you think Kyrie is going to quit the NBA?
Yes,
Honestly, like
I don't think that is a no.
Kyrie's really being a dick, like for real. So I'm you can quit all. I can really care less, but
my man, you got two.
We got him on
Now
two.
you got two. Hold on.
My man got.
There you
All
go.
right, there we go.
I was about to say somebody else is secretly joining us. Like who else is joining us?
It's DQ's buddy that's in the other room.
No,
what
like
you saying?
she's still finding parking space.
All right.
Yeah, like
Bag of the trash to Kyrie.
just trash it because like this in general, like he's been a dickhead about the entire situation. Like to me, I understand that like there's a movement going on for like, equal rights, but at the same time, like there's other men in the NBA who need their job, who need a paycheck, who need to actually work, who need that fulfillment in their life. There's ways of still supporting a movement while other people still can work. I understand like it's affecting you in a certain way, but at the same time, you're one of the most highest paid players, and if you can afford to like not play for the rest of your life, you want to do. Some people need that paycheck. Some people need that activity in life to keep them out of trouble. Some people need that activity just to keep them out of the shit that's going on in their lives. Yes, I know like in turmoil right now, but at the same time, there's other ways you can get your message across besides telling people not to fucking play or quit their job for you.
For real, bro.
Right.
It's gonna take you possibly years to get a new like company up and running with teams to compete and coaches, staff, players. What are
Like
you doing?
even like when he said you speak to Steven Jackson every day. Yeah, I understand like Steven Jackson's man was the ones that got the start whole movement, but they ain't shit you really can do at this moment. No, the cops ain't been indicted yet. They've been arrested, yes, but haven't been indicted yet. One nigga who got arrested literally was in Walmart buying Oreos yesterday and was caught on camera. Like the fuck.
Oreos and milk, chilling, bro.
This shit is
just
a process. Like the
chilling.
fuck, it's not gonna happen overnight. So you want niggas to risk their jobs for a movement that no one knows when the shit's gonna end. Because the shit is still happening to black men everywhere. A nigga in New York got choked out by a cop last night in Brooklyn. Like, come on, the shit is still happening everywhere.
Yeah.
So when niggas to really quit their jobs to support a movement, that's still always gonna fucking occur. Like, really, dude? Makes no fucking sense.
I mean, again, I understand what you're saying. I understand sacrifice. A lot of people, to get something done, we sometimes do have to make hard decisions and make big sacrifices.
Yeah.
And that's what Kyrie is standing on. Again, a lot of us in the group believe that you can protest and play at the same time.
Exactly.
And then having the spotlight on you is the bigger space to have the protest.
Like,
But
then on top of that, like
Kyrie don't see that.
people don't understand that sports is an outlet for millions, billions of people. That is an escape for people who are like in this cruel, shitty world they live in. Imagine you had a shitty ass job, working there fucking 14 hours a day. and you get home, you get to watch your favorite team on TV, win or lose. You're at 2 hours and 40 minutes when you're watching TV. It's entertaining you. You don't think about the outside world at the moment. People need sports in their life for those reasons.
All right, okay, getting deep. DQ, I feel you. Another aspect on this. So you trashed it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he trashed it. All right, moving on. All right, so
So you
right.
trashed it, right?
Speaking of NBA, GM Daryl Morey, speaking about his team, them Rockets, Houston Rockets. You know, they got the Brody over there. They got sneakerhead PJ Tuck over there. And the Beard, of course, leading the pack, James Harden. And Daryl Morey believes that he want his team, he want his boys to play because he believes they have what it takes to win a chip right now. Not next year, not the following year, right now. So, Johnny, bag it or trash it. Do you believe James Harden can lead the current Houston Rockets to an NBA championship?
I am gonna trash it.
Why are you trashing it?
What a surprise.
No, it's just like James Harden is great in everything. James Harden is great, but to Daryl Morey's point, if they was to want to win a championship, this is like their greatest opportunity and greatest window
from the pocket
to win. It'll be this because they have two very versatile players that could really they get hot. It could really change everything, but. I don't know. It's just the way James Harden plays. Like James Harden, we all know James Harden can score. We could tone down the scoring and like increase other stuff, like other things he does, maybe. But and plus, I don't know if they could win without. They don't have a center,
Yeah, they playing that small ball.
It's
small
working.
ball.
It's working, but they don't even have a legit center. You don't even
True center, yeah.
In the NBA, but.
They traded the true center.
I mean, with the smaller window, it's possible it could work.
Yeah, with the smaller window, yes.
Yeah, just let James shoot, bro.
That ain't work.
That ain't working in the playoffs sometimes.
Drew, trash or bag it. Trash or bag it. Can James Harden lead this team to a championship?
Not this current team. He had a team that he could have led to the championship that they broke up when Chris Paul was there. So
trash or bag it. Can Kevin? I mean, James Harden.
Said trash it.
No,
I just said trash it, bro.
You went into the other team. You went into last year's team.
Yo, but I said this team he cannot lead to the championship. His last year's team where he had Chris Paul on it, he could have led that shit. But see what I'm getting at? You see what I'm getting at?
You got Russ. You got Westbrook.
Yeah, you got Russ over there now.
I don't care about last year. I'm asking about right now.
Nah, bro.
It's gonna be fun to watch, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I know
it's gonna be fun to watch.
It's a set teams that's supposed to be like the contenders, but it's a little more open now with this whole new format and everything's right. Just a little bit like the window opened up. Yeah, for other teams that's not considered to win. I feel like the window opened up just a little bit. The door's cracked for them if they want to kick through the door and make a move. Doors cracked for them.
I say for teams like the Celtics, not for teams like the Houston Rockets, though.
I think again, you get a healthy and a fresh leg, Brody and James Harden. That shit could be nasty. So
they were healthy when the team
that's why I said fresh legs. Kevin. Trash to the bag it. James Harden leading the Rockets to a championship.
What I'm saying is honestly, I'm up in the air just because I don't be on it like that with the NBA. So overall, I'm gonna say bag it just because I seen James Harden hoop. I understand that the consistency of like the team, their starting five, and when they gotta come off the bench, they may not have bigs or whatever. But if James Harden just comes out with fresh legs, which I think everybody's gonna come out with, I think sky's the limit, bro. They fall short. But at the end of the day, if they make it all the way to the final game or whatever, you heard it here first.
Right. All right, Eddie, trash in the bag it. James Harden leads the Rockets to a chip.
Kevin, thank you for being the first person to break up the trashing it. So now I can actually trash it. So yeah, I'm going to trash it. To John's point, he kind of took it from me. But after them trading away their big center there, not having a true center playing that small ball. But also to Kev's point, I do think there's a really good shot that, again, in this free for all for the NBA championship. Yeah, like what John said too as well. There's a small window of opportunity there where most teams can kind of just sneak in and surprise you,
Yeah, that's true. DQ, trash it or bag it.
Hell no, trash it. Because James Harden has proven year after year that he cannot get a team to the finals, none of us win a Game 7 series ever. And on top of that, he has the shittiest coach of all time as coach, in Mike D'Antoni. Mike D'Antoni has proven since he was a coach of the Suns that running gun does not work. And yet
he's
this
been doing that
still
shit
does
forever.
it. And still does it.
He has success. He just hasn't reached the finals, but
he's
he
not.
just a couple
He has.
of
And think about it. To me, D'Antoni as a coach is cursed because you think about it. Every time he has a chance to go to the finals, either his players do something dumb or a player gets injured. Like the time the Phoenix Suns in the Western Conference Finals, Amari's dumbass came off the bench during the fight, got suspended for the last 2 games, and they lost. Chris Paul, who's my guy, I was so pissed that he got injured last year, the year before that, and that's the perfect time. But James Harden cannot take a team to the finals. Even with the Brody, it's not going to work because James Harden, when it's time to need buckets in crunch time, he's not there. He can drop 50 in the game all he wants before the fourth quarter start, but he ain't going to do shit for you in crunch time. Those last 2 minutes, he's not doing shit.
Look, man, put some respect on D'Antoni's name. He one of the better, greatest regular season coaches.
Regular season.
Right, regular season coaches.
Bold, underline, italicized.
He is one of the greatest
regular season.
He's one of the greatest offensive coaches of all time. Also, his offense.
They should have never broke up that OKC team.
That's they shouldn't have.
It's being cheap.
All right, we moving on.
GM being cheap.
So we're gonna trash in the bag it now. The homie, Josh Gordon. We all know we love him. Great football player. Just
he's lit, man, bro.
A lot of demons, a lot of skeletons. My bro be just going through some shit, man. And I be feeling bad for the nigga because he's really a good player.
He's really good, bro.
So he recently applied to be reinstated back in the NFL. He's giving it another try. He wants to get out there and be a contributing part of an NFL team. So we're going to bag it or trash it. Throwing it to you first, Ed. Will Josh Gordon be playing next season? Bag it or trash it?
Say the right thing, bro.
I want to bag it so bad. Now that the NFL rule changed and, you can smoke all the weed that you want. But unfortunately, I've loved Josh Gordon, believed in Josh Gordon for so long, and I wanted him to do so well. But he's just a guy that continues to get in his own way. The weed was what was getting him suspended, but it's also like the decision making as well. So knowing that the banned substance is going to get you into trouble, but maybe he might have some insecurities within himself that he's I know this is going to get me in trouble. I'm going to do it anyway. If it's not, marijuana that's going to get him suspended or get him kicked off of another team, it's going to be something else. I want to bag it, but unfortunately I have to trash it. Josh, you just get in your own way. You shoot yourself in the foot all the time. But I really, really hope you fight your demons. I hope you get the help that you need. And I hope you play for the New York Jets and get at least 15 touchdowns.
The Jets, right?
Yeah.
Or anywhere. I don't care. Anywhere. Success. I draft him every year, dude, and he just never does anything well for me.
All right, Johnny. Bag it or trash it?
I'm going to bag it. I'm pretty he's had plenty of chances, but he deserves other ones. He just, he has his issues, and want him to get back on the field. I want him to play. So, but I'm gonna bag it. He'll be back in the season at one point.
Facts.
Yeah.
Maybe towards the middle.
Right. All right, Kev, bag it or trash it?
Definitely bagging it, bro. The rules have changed as far as the marijuana or whatever. So if he can figure out a way to be responsible and keep a level head and maybe smoke, after games before, they got to be back for training 2 days later or something like that. Maybe not on a short week when, they got Thursday night football after a Sunday night game or something like that. You're good, bro. But again, he does have demons, but
Yeah.
I think they said the last time the only reason why he got set back was like a loved one or like his homeboy got like killed or something like that, and that messed him up. I mean, some of us in this chat, including myself, we've experienced that. We've been through that, and maybe we didn't work on that like stage where like we're under the microscope, but we had to deal with our own demons and stuff like that going through that. So I get it, but I think you'd be back. You're too talented. You were some years already.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I want the best for you, so I say you could do it.
All right. Also, Kev.
Yeah, your mic keeps going in and out.
Can I get number one and a strawberry shake because you sound like you're talking through a fucking
Word, your mic keeps going in and out. I was just about to text you, dog.
But bag of the trash it.
How about now?
Anything, if this is an ongoing problem with the league, he should be okay with the whole season going on. But the thing is, can coaches trust him with the opportunity again to do the right thing? Which way these coaches are now, you don't give many chances. So I'm gonna have to trash it.
All right.
As long as you don't come asking for a crazy bag, well, he'll be all right.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, I don't think he will.
He wouldn't have cooked for a bag.
He ain't coming. He just trying to.
He'll just be happy to play.
He's trying to
Yeah.
play.
I gotta be right back. Sorry, right back.
Oh boy.
Right,
Yeah, you know where Josh Gordon gonna go, right, Ed? You know he's
Where?
gonna,
Where?
right?
The Giants.
Where?
He's gonna go play for the Buccaneers.
Let him. So we'll let Drew have his take, and then we'll do a question after.
Drew.
I'd say baggy because they, for the past few seasons, like, they really have, like, been lenient with him. So, like, they know he has, like, demons. So they haven't been, like, that harsh with him. Like, the last season he played, I really believe that he's going to play this season. Like, they're not good. Yeah.
Now, with that, somewhat, I think where Eddie was going, where do you think, if he does play,
yeah, that's exactly where I was going.
Josh Gordon will fit, where would he be? Where would be a good fit for Josh Gordon in the NFL right now? Johnny, throw it to you. Go ahead.
Nah,
Besides everywhere.
It's not everywhere. He has to go somewhere where it's like he can't go to a losing team. He has to go where like the Patriots was a good fit for him.
Honestly,
culture.
Seattle was a good fit last year.
The culture is good. He has to go to like a good culture, like to help him ease in and get comfortable with it, because obviously he has his own stuff he's dealing with, so he has to like ease in.
So throw out one.
But here's the team.
I said, if it's not the Patriots, it's gonna be the Buccaneers. Just add another weapon for Brady.
Yo, so John, that's ridiculous. Obviously, there's too many weapons there already.
So what?
The front office is not gonna do that, especially with whoever they're gonna have to pay coming up. And there's already enough there for he does not need to be there. He doesn't.
Why not?
I'm gonna tell you the best.
They got Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and who's the other one over there?
They got
and Gronk and OJ Howard and Cameron Brate. They don't need.
Shut up, John. Him, bro. Yo, so I'm gonna tell you the top two.
One more weapon for you to worry
about.
Go
ahead, Kev. No, John, it's not your take anymore. Nobody cares.
John, you're talking crazy, bro. The top two best places for him to go. One is Seattle, right? Back to Seattle.
Yeah, back to Seattle.
That'd be crazy because him and DK, bro. That's what
he was
out there. That's what Russ needs. But the number one best place for him to go to be a perfect complement to one of the best receivers in the league is the Saints, bro.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good team.
And they need a receiver, bro.
I can see that.
Talks about they need a receiver. They need a receiver.
A true number two.
Yeah.
That would be a good situation.
That's it.
Well, he went to Arizona.
I was thinking either Arizona. So mine were Arizona and San Francisco.
I mean, they would say Arizona.
I like Seattle.
Remember, Gordon's the number one.
Arizona's not gonna have to pay nobody.
He's
really.
not a reliable. You know what I'm saying? He's not a reliable player, but he is a number one talent. Like he's very.
Yeah.
So he will be I understand he fits, but he could also fit on a team that's already loaded because the pressure for him to come in and do something won't be
I
as
have
high.
Josh Gordon as a slot. Can you fucking imagine?
Bro, he's
Kill
not
myself.
trying.
Just fitting in. Like I
Nah.
said,
He's not trying to go nowhere where he can't get the ball, bro.
He's gonna get the ball eventually, but I'm just saying, like,
He's not
And Brady
getting the
can't
ball
throw
in
past
there.
10 yards anyway, so
I'm
he's going
saying
to the
no
bus.
offense, just no offense to him. He's not as a reliable person. So I want him to go to situations where they're just gonna throw him in, and he's gonna get these number 2, number 3 guy numbers. But like, he's not talent wise. He's a number 1 talent, but he's just not reliable, you know. And I wish him the best. But the best situation for him to be is probably a situation that's already stacked, and he gets like his confidence up, like gets stuff because the talent's there. It's just other stuff that has to come.
Seattle was a good situation he was in last year though. Like,
So he can go back if they want him.
Yeah, that's definitely a good option for him. Like, that's Seattle all the way to me. Like,
I mean, Seattle will probably be the best option. It's a country he's already used to, playbooks and players he's already used to. So it'll be easier for him to settle back in. God permission, you know, he's a better person today and shit. New roles in the NFL will say that he should have a better and a more effective year. But we'll see where Josh and we wishing the best for you, bro. But speaking of the NFL, there's been just talks right now. NFL adapting somewhat of their own bubble play type of thing, where they will have their players all housed in one location or one area, play, and then monitor and all that crazy shit. That ultimately would they will ultimately open the roster to fill out more space due to injuries and situations and shit that could possibly happen. Football is a beast of its own, so having players all in one place like that, we already got motherfuckers cheating. You got Belichick under the same house with everybody. I don't know, that shit sound crazy. So bag of the
Release the
trash.
virus.
Bag of the trash at Kev. NFL bubble play.
I'm a realist, bro. So I'm gonna have to trash it only because I don't see it working effectively. Like, they need it, sure, bag it, but I'm trashing it because I don't see it working efficiently and effectively. We're already talking about 32 teams, 53-man rosters. We're not talking about the staff that needs to be available for all of these players and teams. And then you're talking about expanding possibly to what was the number, like 72 or something like that?
Yeah,
players?
something like that.
Pretty much like the start of training camp. Pretty much.
I'm not even, I can't do no math right now, but 72 players, let's say that's the number, times 32 in a place, and you're trying to do the same thing and follow the rules and regulations of the NBA, bro, as far as what they're doing for the bubble, that's outlandish, bro. Like, it's just not going to happen. And then they're playing a more interactive, physical touch.
Yeah. There's no way to social distance in football. There's no way.
They've come up with concepts for these new mags that will cover and.
You ever try to play in one of those, you'll die.
Right. This is what
You're gonna have one of these dudes die, man.
Honestly, they do need a bubble. Every sport, I feel like, will need a bubble, but you gotta trash it, bro. There's no way for them to effectively do that. I feel like every coach, every NFL team is sitting down right now, just like rocking, like for a few hours in the dark, just hoping this COVID goes away altogether, because that's stressful, bro. It's not gonna happen, bro. That can't happen.
All right, Eddie.
Don't make no sense.
Yeah, so obviously this was Dr. Fauci's idea. I think he wants obviously he's the front man on all of this COVID stuff and did a lot of whatever. But he wants every sport to be like that: MLB, NHL, NBA, and now potentially football. I don't know, man. To think. I mean, this is the thought that came into my head with the bubble for it too. Think about teams that have starting quarterbacks, right, and then their backup quarterback. Jets just signed Joe Flacco. You guys have Colt McCoy, right? Giants local teams. Colt McCoy. Dude, picture this, man. Like, Colt McCoy gets COVID. He coughs on Daniel Jones in the quarterback's room. and now you're down 3 quarterbacks because you assume everybody in the quarterback room is down. Like, I mean, are we going to have to keep our like quarterbacks and big important key players away from each other? You can't social distance in it. Like, if one of those guys gets sick, who's going to quarterback? The janitor? I mean, so while I do think the idea of the bubble is probably smart, but to Kev's point, there's no way in hell. I mean, you got to like close out like an entire state just to get everybody in there. You know what I mean? Like, you got to put the Simpsons bubble. Like, that's what we're doing, especially if you're going to have extended rosters. And again, keeping players away. And there's no way to social distance on the field once you hit the field. And then again, it's when one of these players get it and they take out an entire, like, imagine an entire offensive line, entire, like, D-backs room, an entire wide receiver room, all out with COVID. And then more importantly, obviously, like, I know, like, I'm being, like, very, like, oh, man, like, and then my team's going to suck. It's like, well, what happens if one of these guys die? You know, like, how's that going to go over, you know?
Just the 53-man roster times 32 is 1,600 people, bro.
That's a lot of people. I don't know, man. You got to fit there.
Staff
trainers, media, like, oh, Jesus.
And again,
it's a mess.
I didn't even think about it the way A just said. Like, again, and basketball, there's 5 players on the floor. One go down, you replace them. But in football, if one player or one position catch it, you could possibly take out the entire defense,
the entire line,
take out one position completely.
Completely.
Just the fact that somebody has it. Other players might not have it, but they will social distance them and quarantine them off the strength of one of them having it. So that shit is crazy.
Exactly.
Drew, bag of the trash at NFL bubble play.
I say it's tough. Like, it's like they at some point I think probably is needed, but just like Kevin's is explaining, the logistics is just too crazy. But I'm probably saying trash it, but like I honestly don't know. Like, probably trash it at the end of the day.
I mean, honestly, first we got to see if this NBA shit work, and then we
I think that's what it comes down to. Like, let's see these other sports happen, and we'll see what happens in football.
All right, Johnny, bag of the trash.
Trash it, like Kev said, it's unrealistic. It's too many motherfuckers. The football is too many. The NBA doesn't carry as much players, you know. Football has a 53-man roster, right? And NBA players is what?
12.
15, 15, 13. 15 men on the roster and like up to 13 could play. So 15, 53. They each have 30 teams. And then that's not even counting the staff. And then they both gonna extend the roster for this situation. So,
you got a coach. You got a coach for every position.
If the number
conditioning coaches for everything, it's
just like Kev said, it's unrealistic. There's too many of them. How are you gonna put them in the bubble? Like, how's that gonna work?
John, if the number 72 times 32, that's 2,300 people, just players, bro. Per team.
That's 2,300 players.
Per team.
Talking about where they gonna put them at? Like, talking about a bubble.
Big ass. I'm telling you, they got to do the Simpsons dome. The whole state got to be domed up.
That means that'll be the only state they're playing in, right? So how the fuck they gonna play the game?
Man, they gotta put their ass per day. They gotta put their ass on Rikers Island.
They had to do that shit in New York.
They gotta put them on an island by themselves and shit. Like,
they're gonna probably have to do it into a state that has multiple stadiums. Florida, California,
Texas.
They don't have to do what my dude Fire Festival did, buy a little island.
Escobar's Island.
That video is.
They gotta call up Ja. Where's Ja? We need Ja.
Yo, just put everybody on there and shit with some tents and let their ass fight it out and shit. All right, moving on from that.
Yeah, DQ is gonna be back soon. I haven't texted him.
We ain't worried about him right now. All right, we're gonna get into we still talking NFL. Talking about my dude, Colin Kaepernick. Now, Chargers coach recently said, what did he say?
That he would like to sign him.
Yeah, he was interested in Cap. Previous to this,
it was that.
Basically, it will be a nice fit for the team.
And a couple of executives said that Kaepernick would be a perfect fit for the Chargers.
Yeah,
Like that.
and again, there's supposed to be something talk that recent and previously he's started this before. I think it's a lot of cap on Cap due to the situation.
No pun intended.
No pun.
No, yeah, pun intended. But with everything
Mhm.
with everything going on in the world right now and shit, and Cap being ultimately always being on the right side of things, a lot of players and coaches and people are saying, "Oh, I wanted to try Cap. I should have did this and da da da." So, with that being said, and with Chargers' interest in Cap, bag of the trash to Jonny, will Colin Kaepernick be a Charger next season?
I'm not gonna lie, it would be dope for him to go to the Chargers. I feel like he could have an impact, but
Bag it or trash?
No. It's a funny thing that he's saying this now, but before things took the turn, then a couple months ago they was adamant how Tyrod Taylor was their starter. He was going to be the starter for the next season.
Right.
Now everything's happened.
Justin Herbert.
Cap's fit. He's a perfect fit for them. I would love for him to play, but I'm gonna trash it because I don't see it as a genuine thing. I think they're just saying it to say it, and they're just part of the people that's just saying shit to say shit. But I'm gonna trash it.
All right. I mean, Tyrod Cap, similar play style. Cap is bigger, so he probably be
They do
more
have some
fitted
play styles, but they was,
Mhm.
like I said, a couple months ago they was adamant. Oh,
Yeah.
Tyrod is our starter. He's gonna be the starter next season.
I mean,
And again, they
Tyrod,
did just draft a quarterback this year. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we'll see. All right, Eddie, bag of the trash it. Cap being a Charger next season.
I mean, we did this 2 pods ago. Somehow we asked if we thought Cap
Similar
would
to
be on a team
play,
and if
yeah,
we know where
right.
he would be. And I'm going to stand by my take from last time. I have to trash it mostly because he made his piece. He's good. I think a lot of these teams are just saying yeah, we'll do it. Sure, absolutely. Like even Pete
Right.
Carroll came out and said, "Oh, we should have signed him."
Right.
There's a lot of teams now saying out of nowhere, "Oh yeah, we really want him. We think he's a good fit." You're all bullshitting.
Yeah, I don't believe him. So
Yeah, you're all bullshitting.
All right, Cap, bag of the trash it.
I gotta trash it for the same reasons basically that Eddie said. I think right now it's just all talk, it's all speculation.
A lot of pandering going on right
Word. And then on
Yeah.
top of that, honestly, as much as people forget it, but some people remember to say it, bro. Is Cap hasn't said anything, We're not clear if he even wants to come back at this point. And I think he's okay with people speculating or whatever. And I wouldn't be surprised if at some point, if it looks legitimate, that he'll just officially come out and say yay or nay, or you know what I mean? So
Right.
he hasn't said nothing yet.
All right. So Sis, welcome back, DQ.
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome back to the pod. I can't hear
No
you.
parking in my run at all.
There's no parking anywhere, but this New
Bronx
York.
included.
But we're discussing Colin Kaepernick. The Chargers coach has come out to say that he was interested in Cap. We've spoken about this a few times in the pod based on everything that's going on in the world. A lot of people are coming forward to now saying that all they wanted to sign Cap, and Cap is a perfect fit for their team. We look at it as a lot of Cap, a lot of pandering. But what do you see? Bag of the trash at Kaepernick playing with the Chargers next season.
Exactly that. Nothing like that. But at the same time, I'm happy for him if he gets the opportunity to play back in the NFL. But at the same time, it's complete bullshit.
So bag of the trash it.
I'll bag it.
Okay.
But this is still on the pretense that they could have signed him years ago, and they're just bullshitting him because they understand his calls more when they should understand his fucking jump. At the same time, he definitely should be in the NFL, and it's gonna be a good thing if he actually gets a job.
All right, cool. AD.
Yeah.
Bag of the trash it.
Oh, and that trash dress fire.
So,
That jersey would be fire. That would be a dope jersey.
Powder Blues?
Yeah, of course.
That would be a tough jersey. All right, Drew. Bag of the trash it.
I would just say trash it, and what people really don't think, let's just call it what it is a wrap on Cap. I think he will never be back in the league again, and I think he's probably cool with that. He's probably get where he's at activism. Like, he's doing a great job with what he's doing right now. As just the league, I believe that it's all lip service, that we will never see Cap in a jersey, NFL jersey again. That's just my take.
I don't think he's cool with it, but I think he might have come to terms with it. Like this might be the future for him, and when it comes to that.
Exactly.
Anything, he got a bad shorty. He's a great activist. Like his life's still pretty good.
That's his bad.
They're trying to give him a Nobel Peace
He's
Prize.
He's still with Nisha, right? The chick from Nessa. Yeah. I forgot her name. But there you go. Thanks, guys.
Cool.
All right.
Snitty.
That's bag of the trash shit. Moving on. We're gonna get into Star Bench Cut.
My favorite.
Eddie's favorite. We're going to professional wrestling. We'll discuss we're talking or discussing
Professional what?
Professional wrestling.
Okay.
Professional wrestling, like I said.
Yeah.
We're discussing pro wrestling. We're in the light weight division, aka cruiserweight division in WWE, WCW, and we got 3 legends. We got Rey Mysterio.
This is WCW. Okay.
We got Rey Mysterio.
All of it. All there. Yeah.
Rey Mysterio. It ain't just WCW. They might have all started over there, but
they all did.
Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense now.
They all started over there, but we got Rey Mysterio, we got X-Pac, and we got Chris Jericho. Start, bitch, cut, Jonny. What you got?
Start Chris Jericho, bench Rey, and cut X-Pac.
Easy like that. It's like just like that, John.
John.
I'm a fan of all three. But yeah.
That was quick.
I'm a fan of all 3.
Okay. Eddie, start, bench, cut. What you got?
I'm going to start Rey Mysterio. I'm gonna bench Jericho, and sorry, Pac, gotta cut you.
X-Pac doing this right now. Right?
Yeah. I definitely don't want that doggy style they used to do on the rope. Nah, I don't want that.
Bronco Buster.
Bronco Buster. Thank you. Yeah.
Order the face full of stuff if it's Corey Wilson.
Yeah, I'll take Corey's.
Okay. Drew, start, bench, and cut.
I'm starting Chris Jericho, benching Rey Mysterio, cutting X-Pac. It's just simple like that. Next song. Okay. Next.
Nigga, don't move me.
Yeah. Don't tell us what to do. Come on, man.
What's wrong with you?
All right, Mr. Moderator.
Kev, start, bench, cut.
So yeah, I'm definitely starting Chris Jericho. I mean, I can't even think about how many people.
Niggas really
break the walls down, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I used to do the walls of Jericho like any chance I could to somebody, bro. And then I'm gonna have to bench Rey Mysterio because if that's the second man coming in the ring to try and clean you up, bro, you're already tired and he's doing all this spinning and flipping in between the sides of the
619.
Yeah, you're stressed, bro. And then,
I prefer to do the 6'9".
I've never been an X-Pac fan, so
this is becoming a dirty podcast.
Okay, this idiot. All right. DQ, start, bitch, cut.
So I'm starting the GOAT, Chris Jericho, because he's the GOAT. That is a fact. I'm going to bench Rey Mysterio, even though he is also a GOAT, probably one of the best luchadors of all time. Yeah. I got to cut X-Pac because he ain't did enough. Besides being European champion and a porno with China, that's all he did pretty much.
I mean, again, clean sweep. Rey Mysterio is probably the greatest luchador, or probably the most famous luchador wrestler.
Next to Eddie. Next to Eddie.
Chris Jericho is that guy. I actually seen my brothers beat up a nigga and put him in the walls of Jericho out and in the alley and shit. Like this nigga was busted bloody and shit. They dead. One hit him in the Steiner recliner.
That's crazy.
I don't hit him in a
nasty way to go.
Jericho. Some real shit in the shot.
The Walls Jericho is the best when he puts his knee on their neck and rinses
back.
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
All right, so 5 bench cut. That's a clean sweep with that one. I tried to make it harder, but couldn't find another lightweight champ or lightweight.
Next one, cake too, bro.
So we're gonna get into the next.
I can guess yours.
Start, bench, cut.
Mine should be the same for everybody.
So we got defensive players, defensive ends. We got Michael Strahan, who I've been said to look like a few times. we got J.J. Watt, and then we got Dwight Freeney. So star bench cut Eddie. No, not Eddie.
No.
Kev, who you got? Star bench
Kev.
cut.
I was gonna say let Eddie go. I'll
No,
go.
I'll let you go.
Bro, this is obvious, all right? So I'm gonna start by cutting JJ.
Right.
Okay.
Because JJ, we need to see more from you, man. Your body of work, you know, and your numbers are a little bit down as far as keeping up with where Strahan finished, who was my start. But yeah, you had a few off years just because of injury. So 9 years in the league, still playing, 96 sacks, 5 Pro Bowls. Starting Strahan because he's the GOAT, bro. I mean, few and people have come close to breaking his single season sack record. It took him 2.5, but 141 sacks career, 14 years, and 7 Pro Bowls. Bro, that's Hall of Fame right there.
Yeah.
Freeney, I like watching you play too, bro, but you finished your career after 11 years. 7 Pro Bowls and 125 sacks. So, yeah.
Freeney had the moves though.
Yeah, his swim technique was ridiculous.
That's his move. He patented that.
Completely opposite of Strahan, who Strahan was just stacked beast, like
just running through you,
like sledding you, bro. Like
straight up.
Yeah, that was easy.
All right, Jonny, star bench cut.
I'm gonna start Strahan. I'm gonna bench Dwight, and I'm cutting JJ.
Okay.
But JJ has an opportunity. Like, he's still playing. You know, he's a really great player. He has an opportunity. But his star bench cut, as of right now, he's the one that's getting cut from me.
We're gonna see if his body holds up. That's what it is.
Eddie, star bench cut.
It's gonna sound a little repetitive, but yeah, starting Strahan. JJ's getting cut due to the injuries. But just so you guys all know, right now he's at the gym working hard right now. Can't wait for football to be back. He's always at the gym. He's always there. Houston strong, always. And I got to bench Dwight, even though Dwight did have like the best spin move in the game. I don't think anybody's got a better spin move than him. But yeah, it's Strahan.
All right, Drew.
It's going to sound repetitive. It is what it is. But I tried to start Dwight Freeney, but when you think about it, I really get Strahan is really the guy to start. Then I'm benching Dwight Freeney, then I'm cutting JJ.
Makes sense. I knew I should have put Reggie White or Jason Taylor in here. I knew everybody's going.
It went back and
Jason
forth.
Taylor would have been interesting too, but
Strahan, it went back and forth.
Would have been the same for Cat.
Jason Taylor could, the starter would have been still.
The starter would have been the same, but Jason Taylor is definitely a better defensive end than Dwight Freeney.
Oh, and he was on Jordan Brand, had the fire kick.
Yeah, but if you kept JJ, I feel like JJ would have stayed out.
But I wanted
Reggie White, maybe Jabril Peppers would have been a good one.
And I also was going to put Julius Peppers too, but I wanted to have somebody more current.
I said Jabril.
Yeah, that's a giant safety.
How did that come out?
Because he's not correct.
Yeah, he's on my mind, John.
DQ, star bench cut.
I'm going against the grain, and I'm starting Dwight because he played with the best Manning brother. Then I'm benching Strahan, even though he's a horrible TV host. And I'm cutting JJ Watt because his show is even worse than Strahan's part body work. That tag show.
He has a show?
He hosts this Extreme Tag on Fox. That shit is
garbage. Well, they stole that. I seen that shit before on YouTube before it became on Fox and shit.
And on top of that, JJ Watt really throw shade at Cap and shit with the whole kneeling and shit, and try to say he donated the more money than Cap. Some like social shit. That was not true. So
JJ's just mad because his brother's better than him. TJ nice. Right. TJ stays healthy.
He stays healthy, but I don't know if he's better than JJ.
TJ's nice. Dude, watch more Steelers games. TJ's nice. They play different positions though. So,
yeah, but JJ,
what about the other brother in the subway?
Derek?
He's a
fullback. He's like, nah, I don't play defense, bro.
He's a white
That's
running
JJ and TJ.
All right, so we're gonna get it to the last one. I'm gonna throw it to you first, DQ. With Star Bench Cup, we're discussing All-Star dunkers and dunk contest champions. We got Zach LaVine, we got Vince Carter, and we got Jason Richardson. Star Bench Cut, DQ.
So as we all know, like Vince literally is like probably the GOAT when it comes to dunking, but his dunk contest win is not better than Jason Richardson's 2 years he won a dunk contest. Sorry,
Ooh.
his 2 dunks is not better than his. Vince
like
did his
that.
thing.
That-
Vince did his thing in 2000, but in 02 and 03, Jason Richardson did some crazy shit no one's seen before.
But they had to, like,
Jason Richardson definitely did that shit,
do
though.
better.
It's up the table, bro.
Nah, just say Star Bench Cut.
Yeah, let him
Say it.
finish.
Then, so I'm gonna start Jason, bench Vince, and I'm cutting Zach because they did my nigga. You know,
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon
Aaron
that
Gordon,
second
dirt.
time.
nigga didn't.
Dirt.
He did not win that second time, bro.
He won both times.
He won
But
both
No,
times, nigga.
hell no. He won once.
He won
the
both
first
times,
time.
nigga. You can't dunk. Nigga. How you know?
Aaron Gordon
Alright.
won that second time, bro.
He
What
jumped
you
over
talking
Drew.
about?
Put it in
All
a
right,
diss track.
Okay, Drew.
Alright.
Star Bench Cut.
I'm starting Vince Carter. I'm benching Jason Richardson, and I'm cutting Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine, you was dirt, bro. You stole that second championship from a man, Aaron Gordon. You stole that.
All right,
There
John.
you
Star Bench Cut.
I'm starting Vince Carter. I'm benching Zach, and I'm cutting Jason Richardson.
Oh,
Boom.
okay.
What?
Okay.
Boom.
Nah.
Boom, John.
Nah, bro.
I'm starting Zach LaVine. Obviously, Vince Carter is the greatest dunker, but if y'all want to go to slam dunk contest, you said Jason Richardson's 2 was better than Carter's. Zach LaVine's 2 is better than Jason Richardson's 2.
They were.
Thank you.
They were Jason Richardson, both
A-
was better than Zach
evolution.
LaVine. What you
Evolution,
talking
right?
about?
Evolution.
He lobbed
Yo.
it. Did the put both
Look at me and
legs
Kev.
backwards. And put out his
Yo, come
Like,
on,
And you
bro.
see what Zach was
Okay.
doing? Oh my!
Zach was not that hot, bro.
Jack
Come
just
on,
jumps higher.
man.
He did some basic shit.
The
If you
football,
high
baseball,
him under the
the
rim,
football baseball fans don't give two shits about this shit.
Yo, come on, bro. Like,
Star-
how can
Star
you not
Bench
say?
Cut.
no.
How
When
you
you put
cut
so
in Jason
Dev,
Richardson, bro?
when you edit this, Dev, put in the highlights of those two, like those main.
I will.
Oh, yeah, of
I
course.
definitely
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
dunk
Put
contest.
them.
Put the best
I
dunks in
don't think
there.
you
Put
want
them-
to do
put
that,
them-
but put them.
Yeah.
But,
Put
so
him.
why you
And-
cutting them, John, bro?
And then
I'm
John,
already
John,
cut
up.
line, it's
That-
not impressive.
How can you cut
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Okay.
please, thanks.
You said the free
Yeah,
throw line's
Star
not
Bench
impressive.
Cut.
I want to see where
Who?
y'all put that shit.
Okay.
All right, so
Bench
Yeah.
Cut.
real quick, start bench cut. Starting Vince. Gonna bench
Come on,
Jason
Kev.
Richardson and cut Zach LaVine.
All
Okay.
right. Makes
Done.
sense. Eddie.
Mhm. I'm going to start Vince Carter. I'm going to bench Levine. And just for the last minute change in pre, Jason Richardson getting cut.
Shut the asshole.
Now,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
we changed Jason Richardson with Spud. Were you cutting Spud anyway?
No, I was benching him.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You was benching Spud over Zach LaVine?
I was going to bench Spud. I was going to unfortunately cut Levine.
Okay, all right.
That was harder for me, but this was easy.
Gotcha. All right, so he said, since you niggas want to change shit, I already made up my mind. All right, that's Star Bench Cut. We're going to get into
That's
5-5,
crazy, man.
my favorite, man. My favorite
Oh, I
segment.
need my list.
5-5.
Yeah.
We are on this episode. We're going back to the WWE. Last week we did sport games, which was a dope one. You guys got ideas, remember to leave comments because we got to deal with Johnny's ideas if you don't.
Oh, I got some fire. Yeah, just fine. I got some fire.
So
Yeah.
in this 5-5, we are doing top 5 greatest wrestling factions. So this is the teams, this is the stables, the greats. So this is where our team will compile their list of the greatest stables and or factions in wrestling history. We're going to go from 5 to 1, like always, kicking it off with our host, Eddie Horchata. At number 5, what do you have for your wrestling faction?
My number 5 in the beginning when, because this is when I was like on the bubble of like starting to watch, keep watching. But the new guys, The Shield. I hated them when they first started, and now I love them individually.
Ooh.
I love them now, you know.
How you hate when they
Yeah, they're
first
great.
started?
I hated them when they first started because they were beating up my guys.
Wow, come on. Man.
And the Shield, who did the Shield consist of? They had Taz.
Roman Reigns.
No.
Yeah, Roman Reigns.
Okay, right.
Yeah, Roman Reigns.
Ambrose,
Seth Rollins.
Right.
And Seth
Yeah.
freaking Rollins.
And
And some-
Kurt Angle was Iron. I don't remember.
Who?
Oh, yeah, right.
Kurt Angle.
Kurt.
Okay. Hey, John, what you got at number 5?
At number 5, I had something else written down, but they're gonna be my honorable mention. At number 5, I have Vince McMahon's The Corporation.
Oh yeah,
Mm,
Corporation.
Hated
was
them.
good.
I hated them, but they were good.
I don't know
Yeah, I
about
got
that.
them at number 5.
Who was
Yeah.
all in the Corporation, John?
There was a whole bunch of them.
Everybody
Remember,
was.
Yeah, you can go on forever.
It crossed over.
The Rock was in the
The
Corporation.
Ministry of Darkness.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
the
one
Rock.
time.
Yep, the Rock. They had the
Rock.
ministry.
Vince, you
Jay,
guys,
Triple H, Taz. There was a whole bunch
Yeah.
of them in that
Yeah.
group.
you got the 2 guys that be following Vince around. I forgot their
Then
names.
you had
though.
you had
The 2 old guys,
Shane
bro.
McMahon's friends, the guys that were supposed to like
Right.
Shane
Yeah.
McMahon.
Patterson and Gerald Briscoe.
What
There
was
you
it?
go.
The Main Street Posse. That was the other dudes. The other
Yeah.
the other dudes that was like Shane's man. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of them in the corporation.
All right, Kev, what you got at number 5?
The Nation of Domination.
Nation,
Okay.
a domination.
Mm,
That tell y'all the
Steve
story.
was down with them
I got
too,
that
bro.
store.
Did I tell you the
I got
story what
that
happened with Farouk one day? So Farouk was on the road
Damn.
at a hotel, and the Nation of Islam was in the same hotel having a meeting. So they pressed him, but they pressed him, but they were happy to see him though. So they were so happy to see him. They asked, "Oh, could he speak and like give a speech real quick before he left?"
There, suckers.
He was like, "Yeah," and he bounced.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
he bounced.
That's foul.
Drew, what you got at number 5?
Oh man, the ministry, where Undertaker came. Yeah,
I got them.
The
I got
ministry.
them on that list, but I got them.
The ministry.
All right, at number 5, following my man's Kev, because I'm a black brother. At number 5, the Nation of Domination. Fuck out of here, man. That was the crew. The Rock, Farouk, Mark Henry, D-Lo Brown with his neck and shit.
That's the real deal now.
Come get on the.
And
And
the Godfather.
Godfather.
And Owen Hart was a part of the Nation of Domination.
Owen Hart was there too?
Yeah.
How did he become one? How
He
did
was
he
with
become the
the Nation of
nation?
Domination. He was with the
They were feuding with the Hart Foundation, and then he just ended up
The White Ally.
Yeah.
Word. You gotta always have one of those. So
So the white boy.
all right, so we're gonna get into number 4. Eddie, what you got?
Hated how it ended. Loved it in the beginning. Appreciated it in the beginning. And you're gonna see a lot of this certain guy on my list here, but I'm gonna go with Evolution.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Good crew.
Even though in their entrance music, the first guy was actually in the group. It's in the video. It's repeated later on.
Talking about Batista?
Yeah,
Dave.
Batista wasn't originally in it. Some other dude that looked like him was like.
No, Batista wasn't part of the group originally. It was a guy.
Yeah.
His name was Mark Jenrat. He was supposed to be part of Evolution.
Yeah.
I know.
Originally, but they changed. They did a last minute change and they put Batista.
That was a good call.
But my
Look
number
at
4
Batista
is
now.
my number 4 is Evolution. Also, that's my number 4.
Yeah.
Shit, John. All right. Kev,
My number 4 is the Corporation.
who was all in the Corporation again?
A lot of people.
Vince?
A lot of people.
Vince,
The Rock.
Vince, Shane,
Right,
The Rock,
right.
For a little while.
Cass,
Shane, Shane
Main Street
crew.
Posse.
Yeah.
Stephanie, Bush.
Yo, Stephanie McMahon was cuter than I remember, bro. I had to pull up a picture of her.
And Steph got them juggernauts.
Yo,
Y'all remember this?
Always.
Did she do something for
Got the
Playboy?
big old bitties.
No.
Nah, I don't think she ever
Nah,
posed.
she never did.
She never
I
posed.
think she did.
But she got
Now
the.
she really
Her
did.
pity came out once though when people tried to
Swimsuit. She
pedigree her.
did. Because remember, Russell used to have the swimsuit magazines.
Oh yeah.
Where-
Yeah, I look
that's
forward to
probably
it
what
every
was.
year.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Steph didn't do none
So,
of that.
okay, so
Okay.
I'm saying that's what I remember, but I think Steph did.
No,
I think Steph did.
other female wrestlers definitely did that. Like the female wrestlers did the sports issues and a couple of Playboy covers.
But Johnny, I'm saying I wasn't asking for your opinion. I'm just saying.
You're wishing.
Again, Johnny's opinion.
I'm busting your dreams. You didn't do it.
In my mind, I see that. I remember.
Oh
seeing that.
no.
All right, DQ, what you got?
I didn't say my 5, but so my 5 was.
You didn't say your 5?
Oh shit, you didn't?
No.
You didn't?
Whoops.
Oh,
My bad.
dumb
All right, so 5 and 4.
I do about so my 5 is.
Skip you and go to because I'm
I don't
doing
know.
it in order.
It's not a big deal though. But so my 5 is Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, The Shield.
The Shield.
My
Yeah.
5. And my number 4 is the undisputed ever best faction ever right now. It's how all the gold at the end of the year.
Who?
NXT.
Oh, NXT.
It's
NXT.
current.
Yeah, come on, bro. We're not all of us are current.
Don't watch that shit. All right,
It's way better than
yeah.
regular
Watch
WWE.
it. You gotta watch it a little bit, to talk about
You
it.
gotta watch it.
You don't watch better wrestling. You watch
Can't
NXT.
just talk about all the stuff we used to watch. Gotta watch it.
Yeah,
NXT is definitely better wrestling though. I have to agree with DQ.
I'm gonna check it. Drew, what you got at number 4?
The Nation. The Nation's at my number 4. So
Nation
there we go.
Domination.
Yep, there we go.
And
That's it.
number 4, I got a ragtag bunch, bunch of misfits. I got the Radicals, which consist of Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko, Perry Saturn, the WWE faction. I was a big WCW faction.
WCW, yeah.
Animals.
Eddie Guerrero, they were called the Radicals. One of my favorite crews.
Let's go. Deep.
WCW versus NWO versus the world type shit. All right, number 3. What you got, Ed?
Transitioning into what you just said. I don't know if I can pick them both, but I'm gonna. But the original NWO
Wolfpack.
Yeah.
The Wolfpack is the red. The Wolfpack is the red
It
and
was
black.
a red one.
Red and black.
It was
Red and black. They had Sting in it and all that. Well, you Sting.
the
There
red.
it is.
Yeah,
That's that.
Yeah.
Nah.
the white and black.
But I also want to include
The white and black.
the NWO as well, because
But
most of the guys were the
black and red
same.
is forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the later ones with Shawn Michaels, and when they came over to the WWE too, that was cool. Booker T was in it for like 5 seconds before he caught that
Most
chin.
racist
Caught the
moment in
super
wrestling
kick.
history. Right
Before
there.
he caught that
He
chin.
was in it for 1 week and they kicked him out. Racist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Booker T.
Booker T. He was in there for like a little
That whole segment was funny because Shawn Michaels was like somebody doesn't belong.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Only black guy.
That's- That's
so
crazy.
He's the only
Man.
black guy in the ring, and then he just.
Yo,
he's just
the
chill.
WWE is funny as hell, bro.
All right,
Like,
John, what you got at number 3?
At number 3, I got the 4 Horsemen.
of course
Which
you do.
ones?
Well, obviously, I was younger, so I didn't catch it when they first 4 Horsemen.
But you got the Dean Malenko one.
The ones when I started wrestling, I was watching WCW, so I got
Right.
the later version of them. So
Right.
I watched it.
Dean Malenko, Perry Saturn, Ric Flair.
The 4 Horsemen's last hoorah. They
Yeah.
last. Before it was done. But yeah, I got
Throwing
the
up the foes. Chicago, this a gang, so don't be throwing that shit up when you're in the city. Just so y'all know. All right, Ed, what you got? Kev, what you got at
Oh.
number 3?
NWO, the original crew. So
The Wolfpack.
That's number
Yeah.
3? That's number 3. I have it higher, man.
Me too.
I have that higher.
I just wanted to get it before the rest of you did. I moved it. Not gonna lie.
Me too.
That makes no sense.
My 3, you already know, is the NWO Wolfpack because the black and red is forever, and the white and black is for life. So forever beats left anytime.
All right, Drew, what you got? Number 3.
Yeah, number 3, I got the Shield. The Shield is my number 3, and it's just like I like. Yeah, that's my number 3. I like them. I like them so much, and mainly because of Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is my favorite wrestler.
The only faction
was-
actually have every member be a world champion, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All in the same night too. Was fucking fire.
But honestly, the only thing that brought it down to me was like, is really Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns character is kind of bland to me right now, so that's the only thing that's.
Roman Reigns is he's a fucking beast. Nigga, fat cancer came back in 6 months.
I mean, if you put it like that way, then yeah, but I like his character, bro.
And Roman's athletic.
Roman Reigns is really that guy, but yeah.
I mean,
it's not his fault. He was getting pushed like crazy. It's not his fault, but he is a good wrestler though.
Nah, yeah.
All right, so at number 3, I got the Ministry of Darkness. Off the strength of them having Undertaker, Paul Bearer talking ass, and then that's where Edge them all came from. You know, Gangrel.
Well,
like,
no,
yes.
actually, the Brood was first.
Right, they came. They were part of the Brood. Right, they were part of the Brood.
You're getting the bloodbath. That shit was fire every month.
Right.
The Brood, because there's all that
I did that bullshit.
Brood joined the Ministry of Darkness. So
Vince was part of the Ministry of Darkness also.
Right. So number 3, Ministry of Darkness for me. Eddie, what you got at number 2?
I didn't know if this one counted because it was, like I said, I moved some things around at the last minute here. But when ECW, WCW combined forces, the Alliance, like, fuck the WWF.
Yeah,
and then obviously we didn't know that behind closed doors that there was a deal being worked out.
Yeah.
WWE had gobbled it all up.
None of the major stars, that shit was trash.
Vince bought it. There was no behind the scenes.
Right.
Well, I mean, I was a kid when it was happening. I didn't know.
They were struggling.
Bought the shit. It was no deal.
Yeah, I mean, as an adult, I was like, oh shit, like that's what really happened. But as a kid, I was like, yeah, let's go WCW, take these dudes out. Like,
honestly, Vince fucked it up because he could have made WCW their own brand and to make them thrive on their own, but he decided to put them against each other and that fucked everything up.
It was the competition. There was the rivals. There was the enemies for a while.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I bought y'all.
WCW was a rival, and then ECW was starting to cook up. Everybody loved the no hard holds bar.
ECW, if you look at back when they talk about ECW, had like a close relationship with WWE. They did their own thing, but
because that was Bischoff's jump off for a while, right? Bischoff has been close with Vince forever.
You're talking about Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman. Yeah.
But
quote the Raven, nevermore.
Yeah, that's an honorable mention too.
All right, so who's got Johnny? Yeah, the Flock was my shit.
The Flock, yeah.
At number 2.
At number 2, I'm going with D-Generation X.
Oh, John, number 2. I want to know who your number 1 is.
Number 2.
I like where Johnny going because I'm going that same area. Right, number 2, what you got?
Number 2, Evolution, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Stack squad.
Did my man Randy dirty, bro.
Yo, Randy Orton.
I gave him a thumbs down. That was it. Poor Randy.
Fuck
DQ.
Randy.
At number 2, what you got?
Generation X.
Yeah.
DX.
Dun, dun, dun,
He has no clue how happy I was to find out that there was a wrestling faction with 2 of my initials in their name. So I was like, oh shit, this is actually a group named DX. I'm like, oh shit, my name is DXRs. I can run with this shit.
Now remember when Mike Tyson joined them for like a hot second?
He also joined NWO too.
Right? Well, I'm sure Mike
And that's touching my picks. All right, Drew, what you got at number 2?
Man, the NWO, the white and black, man. That's my number 2.
The white and black, not the red and
black.
Not the black and silver with Bret Hart and all them bummies.
I have the red and black in my honorable mentions.
Yeah. Scott Hall.
There you go. Yes.
Okay.
Hey yo.
All right, so at number 2, I got the D-Generation X. Number 2 on my list as well. Great faction, but they ain't the best. I'm sorry, they're not the best.
I'm sorry, they are. I'm sorry, they are.
Number 1, Eddie.
I mean, you said they weren't the best.
I'm gonna say they are the best.
But I say they're the best. So my number 1 is
I figured that would be.
That's what I was leading you up to the whole time.
DX is definitely top two.
They probably the most. They're the most iconic.
Right. Because I even like their like later stuff. I remember just like I had cousins that lived out in Stratford, Connecticut, and I would drive past the WWE building every time I was there. And I remember like even like the last DX that like formed it was pretty much just Sean and H. And they spray painted DX on the side of the building.
It was there for a few years.
I was driving to Stratford and I was like, yo, what the fuck? And they really painted DX on the side of the WWE building because I would always drive by and I would always make sure that I looked at it when I saw it. And there it was, red and green DX.
They definitely had a lot of moments at
got so many kids in trouble in school.
Got me in trouble at school and at home. Jonny, at number one, what you got?
NWO for life.
Yeah, that's right.
They're number one. Black, white.
Yeah, you're right. They're the originators.
They changed. That's a faction that changed the industry. Like it really changed everything.
And John, you're going old G NWO, right?
Yeah.
Kevin Nash, Scott Hall.
Yeah. Okay.
Hulk Hogan,
all
Randy
of them. Sting.
Savage.
When Sting was in there for a little bit, that was
Scott
nice.
Snyder,
Yeah, but
Big Sting too.
Big Papa Pump.
Because remember, it was Sting versus NWO for a long time.
For a long time. When you can't beat him, what do you do? Sting was getting jumped.
They really that's like a cool aspect. They made everybody. It was a cool and not cool aspect at the same time because they made everybody NWO. And they just made it like you ain't winning
everybody,
fucking you up. Like
word.
Everybody. But Sting used to do. Sting used to be fucking them up coming from the Raptors.
Sting though with the red paint and the black. Oh my god.
But Sting used to fuck him up with his bat. He used to fuck him up.
All right, Kev, what you got at number one?
D-Generation X. You all right?
I already figured that. All right.
That was the top of the list.
Yeah. Again, the most iconic stable of faction in professional wrestling. So I understand it. DQ, number one.
Oh, don't you dare be sour. Clap your hands for the world famous 8-time champs and feel the power. It's the new day.
I knew it. I knew it.
Really?
You and your what are those things called? The horns they play at the World Cup? Yokozuna, whatever. That's them. That's you.
That was a real pick.
Yes.
Yeah, that's his real pick.
That's the
it's my number pick because it's rare you see black excellence in WWE ever.
Yeah, that's a good point.
When Kofi won the world title, I was literally in tears pretty much. You never see that shit.
That was actually one of the best.
That is actually definitely true.
He cried. All right, Drew. Number one.
D-Generation X, bro. Like, and don't forget, because I didn't see the first iteration. The second iteration where Triple H took over.
Triple H, New Age Outlaws,
Culture, out of here.
Yo, come on, bro. Like, come on. Why you gotta call me a poser, bro? That's my shit.
You don't know the old school DX?
We're all 30s, focused in our 30s. You should know the first iteration.
Okay. Drew didn't have the black box when he was a kid. He didn't get to see them the pay-per-views.
Right.
I'm a poser. Like, come on, bro.
I remember the first iteration DX. That's the most important iteration.
I did not see them, bro. Like, come on.
Drew didn't start watching sports until 2005.
That's a good point.
He saw watching basketball 2011. That's a shame. Coming to school.
Come on,
my number one. My number one.
You're acting like the second iteration wasn't hot though.
Nah,
that's when
Shawn Michaels turned to Jesus and he was like wasn't doing the cross chop no more. So fuck that.
Yeah.
All right, so
no.
My number one. Now D-Generation X, I love them, great dudes, but number one, the greatest person ever.
Again, I just wanted to say it first. That's why they got moved down.
WO, bro. Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Macho Man Randy Savage, Conan.
They got saturated at one point.
Lex Luger.
Of course.
Jeff Jarrett. Then they had the other nigga that looked like Hulk Hogan. I can't remember his name.
Horace Hogan.
Or some shit. No, not Horace Home.
Oh, Disciple was really Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Yeah, but nigga look like Hogan and shit, man. That's the greatest fucking crew ever in wrestling.
And they had
bro.
Bret Hart at one point.
Bret Hart,
Mhm.
fucking, they had everybody. Then
Conan.
you had the spin-offs. You had the Wolfpack.
LWO.
Then you had the LWO.
BWO.
BWO.
PWO. What did the P stand for, boys? Since this is the horny podcast episode.
I don't know.
It was the all ladies faction.
I'm
if you
just
don't
saying
remember.
that
The
the
World Order.
NWO kicked everything off. So that's the greatest faction to ever do it.
Honorable mention, the JOB squad. Can't fit the jobbers.
You said what?
There's a couple
JOB
honorable
squad.
mentions.
So
I got a few.
throw out a few
Richards.
factions. Honorable mentions.
Right to Censor was a funny group to watch.
Who?
Spirit Squad.
Right
The
to
main
Censor.
event Mafia.
Steven Richards, remember they were censoring everything, like the shit. It theme
Yo,
song was fucking
There was these two
Well,
kids I was in
well,
fourth grade who wore black on every day, like the Mormons. We go niggas right to censor every day in school, and they was snitching on everyone.
I got I couldn't remember their name, but Kurt Angle's crew.
Team Angle. Team Angle. Team Angle.
Yeah.
Another honorable mention, the Wyatt family.
The Y family, huge.
Yeah.
Heart Foundation, we mentioned them a little bit.
The Heart Foundation, definitely.
I don't know. I didn't know if Rated RKO counted.
Nah, that's a tag team.
Not really. It's a tag team. The Nexus.
The Click.
That's a good one.
Nexus is definitely
even though John Cena screwed them over like an asshole.
Yeah.
The Click was the original NWO Degeneration X. That was HBK, Nash, Triple H, X-Pac, and Style.
PQ, help me out. I can't remember. Didn't like Edge and Big Girl's wife.
Also honorable mention.
La Familia.
Yeah, the Brood.
La Familia.
The
That was the other one.
Mention. Gang Ralph.
Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah.
That's definitely an honorable mention.
Did we say the flock? We said the flock, right?
Yeah, Raven Flock.
Yeah, Raven Flock.
We kind of mentioned that a little bit.
Quote the Raven, nevermore. But yeah, so that's 5 greatest factions in wrestling history. We're gonna get into our last. What happened?
Go ahead, John.
Another honorable mention, the corporate ministry, when they Ministry of Darkness corporation joined forces, and they had like 30 people in that shit.
Trash. But all right, so
didn't they have like a superhero faction with Hurricane?
I tell you, it was
like
faction.
He had a teammate.
Paul Benjamin.
It was Rosie, Mighty Molly, and a Hurricane, but it wasn't really technically a faction. It was more of a group.
Hurricane. Fucking cornball. What the fuck?
That's my guy.
Anyway.
He's one of my favorite wrestlers, though.
All right.
Los Boricuas. That's how you pronounce
Oh, Los Boricuas? Yeah. They were WCW, though, no? Yeah.
No, they were WWE.
They were WWE? The Puerto Rican squad.
Okay.
Oh,
they didn't last long.
The Straight Edge Society. It's a good one.
Who's that?
Oh, yeah, wait.
How are we going to forget the fucking Bullet Club?
That's a good fact. But these Bullet Club is because Bullet Club not WWE affiliated. Like it's something that started outside WWE.
Was it Impact Wrestling with Bullet Club?
No.
Nah.
Ring of Honor, like that.
Moving on, we passed 5-5. If you have any ideas for our future 5-5, make sure you leave a comment. We're gonna get into the last segment, and that is the Espys. Espys 2020 just took place yesterday, hosted by the homie Russell Wilson. Always good to have the greatest in sports come together to be honored. And so we honored some of the legends. Of course, Kobe got honored by Snoop. So, fellas, let me get your thoughts on the Espys. Eddie, you go ahead.
So he was also hosting it with Megan Rapinoe and Sue Bird, who are married. It was cool. All that really did for me, for the most part, like I like that they didn't give like a lot of awards away. They just gave like the honorable awards away. Like they weren't getting like best teams and stuff like that. they honored Andy Reid. Shout out to him for finally getting one. It was it just made me want to watch sports more. I'm like, God damn, I didn't really realize how much I miss sports until I watched all those highlights, and I was like, fuck,
right.
that could be me right now, but Corona's fucking playing. I did like Nelson's Cruise Award. We talked a little bit about the LQ, I think was his name, or TQ. Tragic story there. I did like that Shaquem Griffin, the guy who, pretty much plays in the professional football league with no hand. Hands him virtually gives him the award. It was a pretty cool moment for them. And I want sports, so it just made me want it more.
John, your thoughts on the Espies?
I thought it was cool. I felt a little incomplete that we couldn't, because usually they celebrate who's the better team. And unfortunately for 2020, we've only got 2 champions that was crowned for this year was college football and NFL. Other than that,
well, technically you could count the Nationals because baseball had finished. They usually make that team.
So yeah, you're right. You can count the Nationals. Yeah. So we had 3. We have 3 teams. Other than that, we didn't have NCAA men's or women's basketball. A whole bunch of sports we lost out on. And we lost out on some great sport highlights.
Some good sport moments that we missed.
Yeah, we missed out so far. So hopefully we'll get some when the sports come back. So FC's was cool. It was tear-jerking moments, and it just felt incomplete. So obviously the honor of Kobe, Snoop Dogg did his thing with that. That was cool.
That was very cool.
The Jimmy V Award was a very tear-jerker, damn, sad story. But I'm happy that he was given the award. They honored Kev Love also. Kev Love making a difference with his stuff, with his mental health awareness. But
it was the Arthur Ashe Award, right?
The Espy's was good. It just felt incomplete that the fact that a whole bunch of other sports wasn't completed. So it was a good thing to watch, and hopefully we'll have a complete show for next year. God willing, all this passes, and we'll see a complete show next year.
Well, I think with everything going on in the world, they wanted to make it a more somber occasion.
Make it more deeper than sports, bigger than sports.
Make it bigger than sports. But DQ, what are your thoughts on the Espies?
So with the Espies, I really watched the Espies. That's how I really watched it, and I actually enjoyed watching it in 2007. LeBron hosted, and Justin Timberlake hosted a few years ago. But besides that, Espies, I really look forward.
Drake hosted was good too.
Yeah, that one too.
I
always look forward to what's that award ago? The main award for the guy who had cancer called again. Sorry,
Jimmy V.
Yeah, the Jimmy V award. I always look forward to that because Jimmy V's story was so inspiring. Passed away. Speech, knowing his life was going to come to an end, always touched me. So that's always what to look forward to. But the fact that there weren't any real champions this year, it wasn't something to really look forward to. But hopefully next year we can get something more entertaining. Possibly have a doper host.
Yeah, they tried, but there was there were moments where I was just red carpet with Sierra and.
Russell, Sierra? Yeah. That's a win.
Right. Sure.
I mean, okay.
As long as Future doesn't have to pay child support, that's a win.
Unless he was dating her in 2005 and had that rumor about her.
Oh, yeah.
We won't talk about that. We won't talk about that.
AD, your thoughts on that?
That speech was it was cool. It's more like they're honoring people more than giving out awards. It would the regular shows the best male athlete, women athlete. Nah, it went deeper than the actual stuff. When they gave out Jimmy V to TQ,
need some water.
What?
Need some water.
Nah.
You just took a big ass swallow. You said,
"Please, nigga."
All right, let me get on my point.
Go ahead.
When they gave the award to TQ, I'm like, his story is totally heartwarming. It was if you're not moved by that story, what happened to him, like I'll
Word.
basically say you're dead inside, or like because he had like a heartwarming story. Like see how
Right.
he persevered throughout what he went through is definitely great, and I hope you do well. Like probably will see you in the NFL like in the next time, hopefully.
Right.
And what they gave the Arthur Ashe Award to Kevin Love, how he document like his whole like anxiety, basically like becoming like the first NBA player to actually talk about that and actually open up doors for
Yeah.
other people, like kind of like DeMar DeRozan was the second one. And also I liked how they also like honored like Andy Reid as like the coach of the, basically like a coach award, coach of the year. Like they finally gave my man some props for because he actually won one this season. And you know, it was more heartwarming. It was more heartwarming this season. It wasn't like as it was way deeper than sports this season for the ESPYs.
Well, I think it's definitely dope in regards to Kevin Love with the anxiety, because I remember a few years ago when he sat out and people was calling him a bitch and all that and shit when he was
Even
sitting
with
out
the
because
whole Royce
he had
White
depression
shit.
and shit like that.
They gave Royce
So-
White hell, like especially back in 2014 when he got drafted and didn't want to take a plane. He literally didn't play basketball for like 4 years after that. He went
Yeah. I don't know if we mentioned because I know we're giving shout outs to everybody that won awards. I think we forgot to mention my boy representing La República Dominicana, Nelson Cruz. Thank you for everything that you do for your community. Thank you for always giving back to our people. You know, we need it. Even though he was with Seattle getting all the fire equipment that he did, one of his best friends lost his houses. He got the humanitarian award for the Espy. So shout out, primo.
All right, Kev, what's your thoughts on the ESPYs?
So my like 3 or 4 key points already went over, obviously, so I'll just go through them mad quick. But my first one, Russell Wilson's winning, bro. As long as he's with Ciara, he can host, do whatever the hell he wants. He's winning in life, bro. So good for you, bro. Andy Reid was a big deal because, bro, I mean, any sports fan or any real fan of football has been waiting for you to get it for a minute, bro.
Everybody be rooting for Andy.
For a minute. And then Shaquem Griffin obviously giving away the Jimmy G Award to this young man who you know, has been through so much, who I feel like his mom was very original with his name. She put a T in front of Aquarius. So good for you, Mom. All right. And then Kobe being honored was like obviously a big deal. We've seen Kobe honored across all platforms, from almost anything and everything that I watch, from this to even on the Insecure show. Just, you know, he's all over LA. He is LA. So yeah, rest in peace, bro. We miss you definitely. And then last but not least, it was cool to see Kevin Love get the Arthur Ashe Award for perseverance. Basically, I was gonna say, for lack of better words, having like a breakdown or a panic attack, but it's good to see that. It's good to always see stars and players be humanized, because they still go through the same trials and tribulations as most. Wrap.
No, that's definitely dope. Again, like
that's just dope to see. It just felt a little incomplete. Like it was.
It was
again.
A lot of things been different this year. It's 2020. We deal with a lot of shit, but they did what they could and took it in another turn this time, which was pretty dope. Hopefully we'll see a new normal in the near future. But that's our show, man. OSA.
What are you boys gonna watch this weekend? What are we gonna do this week?
What we doing?
KBO, Baddest League, all soccer.
What
NASCAR,
should we be watching, Ed?
Golf. I don't know. Things are on. KBO, there's no shot. Tennis is coming back. Golf is back.
Okay.
Cares? I think I'm gonna start getting into these soccer leagues, man. I'm just like, at this point.
That's about it.
Might as well. All soccer leagues are up too, so every single one.
To all our fans, we want you to get out there and vote, man. Make your voices heard.
Make sure y'all get out there and vote. Yo,
make your voices heard.
Definitely, man. Get out there and vote on a local level. Don't just come out for the presidential shit. That shit don't really make anything happen with those. But the local officials is what really is the movers and shakers that make shit happen in your community. So Make sure y'all get out there and vote. Again, this is episode 10 of the OSA Out of Shape All-Stars. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Got the whole team with us. Our host, Eddie Horchata.
Yep.
Got the homie 95 here. Got K Jet in the building. Just DQ in the building. Andrew Durant in the building.
Hey.
And last but not least, me, the moderator, mediator. My mama call me Devin, so you can call me Devin. Don's always rapping. Again, like, comment, subscribe. We catch y'all next week. Eddie, tell them.
We out.
We out.